Soko poo. Hello, welcome back to Soko Loco. Um, so we're doing the Tropics. We're like 2/3 through this game, just about. That's spooky. I know the last world's gonna be something like really scary. I had a peek through some of the achievements. And I really don't know what these flags are all about. I haven't like found any method or way of like finding them. It's weird. But there's 15 of them, and apparently there's 15 stars. So I assume that there's like one for every normal level. I'm not sure. It's just a straight up mystery to me, to be honest. But I'll figure it out later. This is a level or a game I would like to 100%. But I have looked at some of the achievements, and damn, if they aren't a little bit intimidating. One of them is like beat one of these challenge levels in under 30 minutes. That's half the time that it takes to get a trophy. Like, damn, Sock Pop, you trying to kill me? So we have water. And we're trying to collect 20 stacks of steel. This shouldn't be too bad. Water, I assume we can only build bridges over it. I assume we can build bridges over it. Can we build bridges over it? Yeah, we can. Easy peasy. The obvious solution is like we could just like build all the way around all of this. This is not a convenient farm here, to be honest, and neither is this one. So we will need steel. I might make a beeline for steel. We have a pretty good rock wood setup here, so I could literally just like get that going right now. And we have 4 people. So, why not? Why not just like do steel right away? I know there's reasons, and I have discovered the reasons via much trial and error, but you know what? Let's do it. We'll do farms. I can, like I said, we've done this. This is old hat at this point, but at the very least we can, break this down should we need the resources back for stuff. We really just need steel, so I don't know really what the incentive is to not do something like this. We could even, well, if I give this, if I was to give this carriage or this train 3 carriages, it might be a little bit heavy, but we would get more steel because I can actually afford a warehouse for once. I could have it come in and then drop off at the warehouse over here. I'm not sure. There's a lot of... Yeah, you know what? Let's put it over there, and then I'm just gonna have the train like circle around like this. So it's basically going to drop off at the smelting oven, pick up the steel, circle around, and then drop off the steel at the same station at the warehouse. I think that'll be fine. We don't really have a lot of steel, do we? Okay, that's fine. We have enough to get the wood wagon and the stone wagon. That's the important thing. So we'll just have to get our first bit of steel the old-fashioned way, and that's fine. Like, that's honestly totally fine. We got 2 guys here. We got 2 guys here. We have tons of bricks. Like, I don't really like. I see that there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of ways we could be doing this mission, but like this seems easy peasy, to be honest. Okay, load in, load out, load in, and then load out, and that's it. That's the loop that it will, need to do in the future. But this first steel that we're gonna need, I'm gonna immediately use it so that we can get our steel carriage. It's not gonna pick it up, is it? Okay, good. All right, so now, steel carriage. Okay, hold on. Let's wait for the train to pass, and then I'll send it out. I don't even think I'm gonna need to do a time lapse on this mission. This is like concerningly easy. Let me just do a fast forward and see what happens. Like, we've already collected 1 stack of steel, and well, that goes to the warehouse. That's fine. I can even, like, we don't even need the steel for really anything else, so I could do stuff like, you know, replace the rails with, like, rails. So this will go even faster. There is an achievement that, like, have a train with 2 carriages basically reach like 20 tiles. Is it 12 tiles per second or something crazy? There's some interesting achievements, and I will probably make an effort to get them. The Sock Pop games are one of the few games I actually try and get all of the achievements because I actually, like, they feel doable. They don't feel like completely unreasonable. He's like, you know, beat the game in like 5 minutes. Okay, buddy. Sure. I'll just, like, I've got all the time in the world to master this game and get 100% achievements. I understand achievements. Like, achievements don't matter at all. They don't. Let's be honest. I know they matter to some people, but they don't matter. And then you know, I'm gonna have this, like, one game that, you know, I've maybe played once. You know, if you're lucky, a game is good enough to beat. That's my sentiment. Games are bad. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. I don't know. It's just like I find myself increasingly not caring enough about a game to want to actually play through it to the end. Like, I'll enjoy it, and, you know, like, a pretty good game I'll actually open up a second time. A really good game I'll actually open up multiple sessions and play it again and again. And then I know the game is actually good if I feel like, you know, committed enough to actually wanting to play it through to the end, right? I know maybe this is probably just me, and that's fine. But, you know, I like the Sock Pop games because, like, first of all, they are actually good, but secondly, they aren't trying to. They're not trying to be something I demanding of being mastered. Like, you know, not every game has to be a lifestyle. You know what I mean? And you know, this game actually has a pretty high skill wall and actually has quite a lot of content in it. You know, but it's low key enough still that I feel, wow, you know, I don't, you know, even the achievements being as hard as they are, I don't feel like, you know, I could probably knock these out in an hour or two. And the game is already good enough for me to want to beat it. So, like, it's already worthy of my time. This sounds like, man, you know, a game that is to say something that someone spent a lot of time making is like, oh, you're lucky if the thing you made is good enough for me to actually want to beat. But I mean, like, art is hard, you know? It is. It's difficult to make something that someone actually wants to sit down and think about. And that's not necessarily bad. It just means, like, there's a lot of work to be done. And I don't know, art. It's difficult, and, like, I'm speaking from a point of experience. Like, I understand it's hard to make something that someone, like, wants to read, wants to watch, wants to play. And so when I come in talking about, well, you'll be lucky if your game is good enough that I actually want to play it, well, it's not really that. Like, I'm not saying it's, you know, I don't mean it from a point of, like, pretension or, like, that all games are bad. It's more like, I understand that it's not easy. Anyway, games are bad. That's the takeaway here. I think I'm gonna beat this level in like now, pretty much. Not quite now. And hey, I remember like 6 episodes ago, I promised you a conversation about Brio. When is that gonna happen? I actually think this will be the first episode. I beat this level in 10 minutes. Holy crap. I think this will be the first video where we actually do two levels in one episode. Bread. I told you. I told you it was gonna be bread. I told you. All right. So what do we got here? Oh, a monument. Wow. We're starting early, aren't we? What do we need? We need bring bricks to build. Well, we do have quite a lot of bricks. We have some resources. I think honestly we could make this happen right away if I'm so inclined. And you know what? Why not? I kind of like this, like, just knock out the mission right away. Why not? Does this reach onto the cliff? No, it doesn't. That's unfortunate. So actually, I think what we should do is make a beeline for steel. Again. This one's not going to be as easy. I'll just say that. Let's do this. I wouldn't mind doing a warehouse again because it's so nice, honestly. It is like so nice not having to like just like getting more resources for your trouble, for your time. I enjoy that. So I like the warehouses. But, you know, they are expensive. They're expensive. This is kind of wasteful, but that's fine. All right, let's do that. Should be good. And then I'm gonna do like this. You know what? I like this this like method of just like build your first loop and then put the garage right next to it. Why do you have to make things so complicated, honestly? And then we're gonna put the stone and lumber here. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna do things exactly the same. I don't know if I can though, is the thing. How big is, yeah, it's gonna take up all of that space. I wonder if it'll reach it there. I think it will. Okay. So, like, we're not gonna have enough for I just realized this station isn't gonna be big enough for the warehouse. Maybe a warehouse is not in the cards this time. I really want it though. Let's try and do it over here. I just don't think it's gonna happen, to be honest. Could do something like this. Yeah, that'll work. No, it won't really, will it? Okay, I mean, yes, it will. It's just not gonna be. Basically, the train's gonna go a complete loop. Oh my god, this sucks. Stop it. The train is basically going to go a complete loop, carrying the steel in order for this to actually work. That's fine. So we got 2 here, and we'll have 2 here. And you're going to go here, and you're going to pick up, and then you're going to go here, and you're going to drop off. And pick up, and that's it. Why complicate things, you know? It's fine. So basically we're gonna do this until we run out of rock over here, because that's the limited, or the bottleneck over here. As soon as we run out of rock over here, I'm just gonna declare that that's enough steel. We don't need any more. What did we need the steel for? I know we need brick. But I think we needed steel for something, and I can't remember what, to be honest. I'm sure it's something. I don't know. But we're gonna get rid of it. We're gonna get it. We do need steel. I know we need it for something. I wouldn't have done this completely for nothing. I think it was really just because we didn't have very much. Maybe I just want to make rails. Why didn't he pick up the... Oh no. Oh right, he doesn't have the... Okay, we actually need to click that. Hold on, we need to slow this down. How cool would it have been if I timed that perfectly for it to just like roll in and slap right on that train? That would have been so good. Wow, I reached the steel all the way from over there. That's incredible. See, I mean, like, I'm not really sure what we're doing. I mean, ultimately, we're trying to get brick. Oh, I remember what we're getting the steel for. We're getting it for bridges, because we need a lot of bridges. That's what it was. So I think what we're gonna do is just do like that. We're just gonna do a one-cart train, because remember, I'm on this new method of we're just going to be... Whoops. We're just going to be making enough... What's going on over there? I don't understand how this bridge is working, to be honest. It doesn't seem to work there, and it doesn't seem to work there. So where is it working? These work. These do work, right? Oh, do I have to... Oh, I bet you I have to do a ramp up to the bridge. You can't just bridge over water. Oh, that's kind of poopy. That's kind of poopy butts, to be honest. Okay. Well, in that case, what we're gonna do, I am setting this up over here as we gather our steel. What I'll do is I'll use this this mountain here a little bit. And actually, thinking about it, that's it. No, it's not it. Listen, I might sound confused. This is where I would put the time lapse, but you know, I'm trying. This is simple enough that we don't really need one yet. So we do something like that. No, we don't. I don't know why I did that. We're doing this. There we go. That's what we're doing. And then we do a ramp here. And I was gonna... Excuse me. I was gonna do like a ramp over... or a bridge over this section, but like since you have to ramp up, I may as well just go over the forest. Like that. And then go like that. And that's pretty much how we're gonna access the stonemason. This is all done now, so I'm gonna kill this train here. We got quite a bit of steel, so that's good. Like we have enough steel, I think, to actually just build this whole monument thing out of steel. Turn this guy off. So basically I'm just gonna dismantle this loop here. I really hope that this isn't like against the spirit of the game, to like make the loops until you have the resources and then deconstruct them. I am actually genuinely concerned about that. It's sort of like, you might ask, why are you concerned about something so benign? If you recall, I mean, you probably don't. I don't know how many people who are watching this have watched my Caves of Cud stuff. It's the same reason I don't like to exploit in games. It kind of breaks the immersion in a weird way, and I know that's like what a weird way to put it. Why, like, are you actually getting immersed in something like this kind of simple game? And the answer is like, I mean, yeah, but it's also like the game was made to be challenging in a certain way, and I feel like if I'm even unknowingly exploiting the game, then I'm cheating myself. I'm cheating myself out of a potentially interesting, like, challenge that I just completely missed. It's sort of like, you see the forest for the trees, or you don't see the forest for the trees, kind of thing. But anyway, it's hard to explain, but it does kind of mean something to me. Um, that's you just have to take my word for it. So I actually think that we could cover both, like the monument and the mining camp here. So I'm wondering, this never works out, does it? Because the station's gonna. Well, okay, if we make sure that this mining camp is always got its blocks full, then that should mean that this platform over here will have a it'll put the stone or the bricks on the platform on the monument. I didn't explain myself basically at all there. Just take my word for it. I guess what I'm saying is, like, as long as this rock platform is full, then the bricks will go to this platform, which is where we want it to be. I am going to basically put everyone on this mining camp. That means we'll only have one person left for the monument. But as you saw in the last video, that doesn't really matter. Like, increasing demand for the monument doesn't really help, because the choke point is always going to be something like the mining camp. Yeah, we could just build more mining camps, but that means we need, like, just a lot more people. And why are we doing that if ultimately we just, like, we don't need to have that many people building the monument? If I was, like, speedrunning this game, then I might care, but I'm not. So I guess you could say I'm cheating myself out of speedrunning this game. I'm not bothered by that. You can always come up with an argument that invalidates how someone feels about playing a game, but I think that ultimately you can't argue that someone enjoyed the game in a very specific way. You can't, because they did. You got to get over that. You're just going to have to get over that. Sometimes it sucks, because it means that it means that you're, like, oh, you're playing the game wrong. You have a very visceral feeling to how someone plays the game, and that can feel bad. Obviously, your feelings are not invalid either. But at the same time, you can do a lot of harm by trying to invalidate someone else. I'm sure for a lot of people that came out of nowhere, but it's like, in the same sense that, like, I enjoy being somewhat immersed, or like trying to enjoy the challenge of the game in question as it was meant or intended to be played. I can also understand why someone would be frustrated. That I was like, well, you just said that you liked the challenge, and yet you don't want to speedrun the game. And so I guess my answer is yes, that's true. I think you figured it out. I think I figured it out. Why didn't he drop off the bricks at the platform? I don't understand. Load out, then load in at the stonemason. Oh, whoops. Oh, and then load out, and then load in. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Easy peasy. I could put a second rock platform on this mining camp to ensure that they always, like, they can be mining even when the train isn't there. But I would prefer actually to put a stopgap at this mining camp to ensure that this rock platform is always full. And okay, never mind, it's fine. I was worried that that he would drop off the bricks at the wrong platform, but he didn't. The game is actually pretty smart. The devs took a lot of care, put a lot of time and care into making sure that the AI was actually pretty intelligent. So I appreciate that. I am curious about what this monument's gonna look like. I feel like while I'm doing this, I could honestly be trying to set up like a money route. Where's our sawmill? Our sawmill's there, so I could like set up a wood route with a separate train. I think we could afford that, honestly. So like, we could go like that. Oh no, we can't because we need more people. And the problem, see, here's the problem is that that I see it. Sorry, the problem as I see it is that in order to get more people, you have to dedicate people to the farms. So it's just like an extra step. Knowing that I can kill the food loop as soon as I have as many people as I need from that loop, it feels exploitative. It feels like, well, there's no reason to have that food loop. The food loop becomes kind of just an obstacle that you have to get over like right away. You establish the food loop, get a few people, and then kill the food loop. And that challenge just isn't there. And I think that's why I'm concerned about the breaking down these loops is like kind of like mitigating or like exploiting the challenge of the game, is because it is like just kind of completely undermining the challenge, which is like you need enough resources to support multiple loops. If you have multiple loops, you need more people. If you need more people, you need an extra loop to make more people. And it's like that's supposed to be the whole challenge of the game. And so by killing the loops after I've gotten enough resources, it's like, well, you know, you cheated yourself. You learned nothing. You gained nothing. You know, copy paste. So I'm gonna just, oh, this is gonna be a little bit challenging. No, it won't. Never mind. I'm gonna put it here. We ran out of rock over here, so now I have to rebuild the loop, and that's fine. I don't know. One could argue that. I know. One could argue this. One could argue that exploitation is just a manifestation of learning the game well enough to utilize its mechanics to the best of its benefit, the best of your benefit. I recognize this. I guess where I draw the line is when you're utilizing the mechanics in a way that is adverse or opposite to the intention of the game's, impetus. Like, what I mean is if the game is about building trains, oops, go here, pick up, go here, drop off, pick up, go here, drop off. If the game is about building trains and I find a method of playing the game that basically means I'm spending less time building trains and like just destroying loops, then I feel like that is no longer a strategy. That is actually kind of undermining the point of the game, the objective. So I guess it's less about immersion and more about why am I playing this game? A good game makes you want to achieve its goals. Ultimately, that is the point of a game. The game is fun. If the game's not fun, why bother? This game is fun, by the way. I'm not. I guess I'm just thinking about like how. This is my constant struggle with the idea of meta, the idea of strategy, and the idea of exploitation. These are three concepts that kind of like very much orbit each other. One can very easily and dangerously stray to another. A strategy can feel like an exploit. A meta can feel like a strategy. But if a strategy is required and therefore less of a choice of the player and more just what you have to do in order to play, then it becomes a meta in which you have to do it in order to succeed. Strategy, the concept of strategy is it's a choice made by the player. The player has figured out a method of playing the game. that is like the concept of strategy. And if it's required, it's no longer a choice. It's a meta. And then when you talk about how something can like it just goes against the concept of the game, the goals of the game, then it becomes an exploit. And then you talk about meta exploits. I don't know what that looks like. I think that doesn't really exist. I think the closest thing to that is maybe Isaac or Spelunky, where something that seemed impossible became required in order to achieve certain goals. But anyway, I beat the level. So we did. Wow, I beat 2 levels in 30 minutes, and I don't need any time lapse. That is wild. I'm tempted to do the 3rd level, but I think half an hour is good enough. I would like to have more short levels. So more short episodes. So having an episode incorporate two levels and only be half an hour long, I feel pretty good about that. I think that you probably feel pretty good about that too. And I actually talked about something I kind of care about, so get that loaf. Get that loaf. So we'll be doing Island City and then the Tropic Challenge. I don't think... I highly doubt that the next episode will have to... especially since one of them is the challenge, we'll have the same level of, like... speed. But either way, if you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.